Greetings, it's Vaygrim, back again in our Let's Play world to get some interesting things built here. So I've been fiddling around with Equivalent Exchange 3. It's one of the most recent things that we've added, the newest mod in the pack. I'm very excited about it because Equivalent Exchange 2 was a very big part of when I got started off doing Minecraft initially. Started playing, oh gosh, I think it was technically called Tekkit. What is now, I think, called Tekkit Classic, way back in the 1.2.4 days. And 2 point something, I can't remember. But anyway, Equivalent Exchange 2 was very, very big. And, you know, there's some diverse opinions about it, but it was, everybody can agree that it was a very, very big and very influential mod. It kind of disappeared, I believe it was for the 1.47, 1.5 era. And it's been in development quietly for a while by Pahamar, the mod developer for it. And he has just recently started coming out with, he's joined Patreon, like Professor Mobius and so many other developers and even YouTubers that have. He has, one of the goals he put up was putting out more finished versions of Equivalent Exchange 3. Well, I've got one in this that is functional. We've got a calcinator right here, and I am cooking down okay. Sorry about that. Straightening my throat just a little bit. Basically, the way that Equivalent Exchange works, for those that have come in since Equivalent Exchange existed and has disappeared, you're not familiar with it, it deals what it calls basically an EMC value. And I'm trying to remember. Equivalent magical something? I actually can't remember what EMC stands for anymore. It's been so long, and it's one of those things I've taken for granted. But the EMC value is basically the kind of the overall value in magical energy, and you are equivalently exchanging that item for its value in other things. So this is copper ingots from Thermal Expansion. Each ingot has a EMC value of 72. And I'm wanting to make this verdant dust, EMC value of 64. If I put it in the calcinator, basically it gets the next nearest lowest dust. So since copper has more than 64 EMC value, I get verdant dust. If I had something that had an EMC value of 2000, I would get azure dust or minium dust for something over 8000. Now it just so happens that diamonds have over 8,000, and I've actually cooked up some minium dust. Now, some of you may remember in the 1.5 mods, there was a very simple version of Equivalent Exchange that just had something called a minium stone. And even that disappeared for the 1.6 mods. Well, the reasoning behind that, I'm actually just going to get this and do that. And 2, 3, 4... get this and shuffle it around a little bit. The reason that it disappeared for 1.64, for the 1.6 mods, is that it didn't disappear. It existed. You could go get it and compile it and use it, but it wasn't as, I guess, publicized, shall we say. So, and I'm not sure why. I don't know all the details, but basically we have a more functional version of Equivalent Exchange now. We can do things for. Now, the things that you start off with are a calcinator. It's very, very simple. It's smooth stone and iron. You have an aludel base, which is more smooth stone, but a lot more iron. And then the glass bell, the aludel bell itself, which goes on top. And that's just kind of an upside-down bucket of glass. Now, this thing goes on top like this. This is the aludel base and the glass bell on top. And as you can see, I have some wood in here. That is actually infused wood. That's what's in this field right here. You're seeing what the aludel is producing. And basically the aludel is used for infusing things. I'm infusing wood, spruce wood to be exact, with this verdant dust. And it's getting me infused wood. Whoopsie. Wrong button. Well, what I can do with this... okay. So we get this, we turn it into wood planks, and we can make a chest out of it with those planks, a small alchemical chest, which is what I have here. Small alchemical chest. Now previously, in the original equivalent exchange, when you made a chest of a particular size, you had a bag that you could link to that chest also, and the two were tied together. Now, he's got the alchemical bag again, but it looks like it's a work in progress. I don't actually know if it works or not. We'll have to circle back around to that. I see a lot of things that are very familiar. Alchemical fuel and Mobius fuel and Aeternalis fuel. Very, very neat. So, I boiled down 2 diamonds. Basically, 2. Minium dust. Now, I've got minium dust and I've got my, I think it actually goes in the bottom, my minium stone. This thing is, or my inert stone. This is just 4 smooth stone, 4 iron, 1 gold. You get an inert stone and you infuse it with 8 minium dust. And you get the, oh, let me see if I can remember how this works now. I will have to figure that one out. So basically, one of the things you can actually do with the minium stone, it has a durability, and it has a lot of things you can actually use it with, like, let's see, recipes. 4 cobblestone equals flint. 1 flint, 4 cobblestone. You trade things back and forth for equivalent values, basically. See, gravel has an EMC of 4, dirt 1, but if you get 4 of these, it equals 1 gravel. You can trade smooth stone for sand. You can turn sticks back into wood planks. You can make gravel into clay. These are basically trading up and trading down on the various EMC scales. These have EMC of 4, so that's 16 right there. Nope, that's not right. 4. Yeah, 12, 16. You would get 1 clay. You're basically trading up, trading down. This is one of the things I really liked early on. Get a couple of logs and make obsidian. It was very, very handy. Very fast and easy way early game to get obsidian. Yeah. Use an obsidian grinder. Obsidian generator. And turn it into wood. All sorts of interesting things that you can actually do. Now this is where you start getting into the divisive areas. You get 8 iron ingots and turn it into 1 gold. Or you turn 1 gold into 4 clay. You can turn clay into iron. And some people weren't big on that. 1 gold into 8 iron. 4 gold into 1 diamond. That means you can also change down. You can do it in block form. Blocks of iron for blocks of gold. Block of irons. Block of gold. 4 blocks of gold for 1 block of diamond. This was also kind of, shall we say, controversial. Was being able to turn iron ingots into ender pearls. Basically, bouncing out equivalent values of things. And when it came out, and when it was first doing that with the minium stone in the 1.5 versions, a lot of people did not like this because made it so easy to get ender pearls. But now you have ender lilies, you have magical crops, which will let you grow ender pearls. Minefactory Reloaded lets you harness and mob farm endermen. So I don't think this is as big a deal anymore. At least in my book, it really isn't. So the minium stone up and working, and it's very, very cool to see that functional. Makes me very happy. This is not very deep of a mod. Like, this is a research station. Doesn't do anything yet. The Alidel and the calcinator seem to be working just fine. It's funny, calcinator, calefactor. Very, very similar wording there. But, yeah. Otherwise, things have been going very, very good here on the sky base. Let's see. The sheep, as you can see, are being consistently sheared. I've been getting a lot of questions pretty regularly about what's letting me fly. Right now, I'm actually using jewelry from Mariculture. There's an enchantment that lets you fly. And the jewelry uses up durability the longer you fly and the faster you fly. So I'm sacrificing basically diamonds on the jewelry in order to be able to fly. So that's how I'm actually staying up in the air right now. This is the railroad system that we built last episode and the episode before. We expanded upon it last episode with our teleportation track here. I have stretched out these tracks and braced them against the central strut Plus, I have outward struts. Excuse me. And so it really does to me look like it is fastened to the whole thing, but it's going to look a little better once we get more actually built structure out here on this end of the sky base. Mob farm, I've been letting stockpile up on mob essence, but this really isn't going very fast for me, and I would really love to find a way to speed this up. There's got to be a quicker way to get mob essence aside from just relying upon that system over there. It seems that we're just barely generating anything from all of this work that we're putting through the cow farm. It is generating slowly and steadily, but not a lot. And I think that has to do with the fact that cows do not have a very high hit point rate. So, yeah. We'll have to see. I'm going to sleep real quick, and then we'll see what projects we want to get started with. Be right back. Okay. It is getting high time that I actually get a wireless connector going. Let's see. Applied Energistics, please. I really need to get some wireless service going so we can actually start using our AE system anywhere on the sky base. Now, I'm going to have to get a refresher real quick. It's not that one. Power relay. I don't even know what that does. There's so many new features that... Aha! There we go. So we need to make flux pearl. Do I have the ingredients for that? Yes, I do. Now, get that, make it, put it back in. Wireless access point. Hey, okay. Now we need to make the handheld unit that we use. And it's probably right in front of me, and I can't even see it. There it is. So I have to make another one of those. Whoopsie. Shift click. Thank you very much. Wow, energy cell. Okay. I'm going to be running out of Fluix crystals very, very quickly. I'll just have them. I do. Okay, cool. I think it's very interesting that they don't make it very cheap. Now, unfortunately, that does not get... Oh, wait a minute. Nope, that does not work with applied energistics, so we will have to do that. I'm going to have to do some research on how I will be charging this. And I will be right back with you. Okay, I've got it all figured out, I think. I'm apparently just one version behind what was considered the final build of Applied Energistics 1. You know, Applied Energistics 2 is coming out, but it's going to be coming out for the 1.72 mods. Applied Energistics 1, I have one back from the final build, and apparently it's just old enough that I can't use the energetic infuser from Thermal Expansion. So I will have to update between episodes, but for now, we have this thing called a power relay. And that definitely works for getting us charged. Now, there's also one more thing I need to make before I forget. Wireless boosters. Not sure how many of these things I can put in here. I'm just going to make like 16. 16. And I'm going to need some cable, aren't I? Actually, I will take all of the cables. I'm going to need that. I'm going to need that. Okay, let's go downstairs. Now, I updated OpenBlocks, and OpenBlocks has a new setting that defaults to on that makes your elevators require experience. And I think that's dumb. So I turned it off. Let's see. We want to actually get... from right about... the AE system's way back here. And unfortunately, the longer segment of cable means, yeah, you guessed it, more power usage. So, we are really upping power demands that our AE system is making on our reactor. But I honestly don't think there's anything we can do. What? Yeah, thank you very much. Whoa, we'll get back up there. Wireless access point, we'll put some of those in. And in theory, we should have wireless access. Okay, let's try. Go out here and see how far that reaches. That's pretty good, actually. Yeah. So that's only 16, and I've already got coverage up to one of the farthest points. Let's go to the back end of the detention block here. Got a really good stockpile of ender pearls going. A lot of blaze rods, and 5 wither skulls. I'm thinking another wither fight might be in our future. Yep. Wow. 16 upgrades goes a long way. Now, let's see if we can get access in the Mage's Sanctum. This is not only out, but up as well. Yeah, that's nice. So we've got wireless access, which means I can do that. Now, every single time I use a function on this and move things back and forth, it uses a little bit of energy on this. And unfortunately, this version I have does not recharge the handheld unit from thermal expansion batteries just yet. So hopefully that will change when I update. I did not realize I was behind. But now we have ever so wonderful wireless access, which I'm very happy about. I've been wanting to get that done. So now I'm looking and I'm thinking there's 2 things that we could possibly address. I need to get some farms going back there with some crops. It's not exactly scintillating or interesting. Or I could move the XP berries. They're currently right over there under that barrel that you can see under my cursor, and I'm not really using those as a source of experience. Not really, because I'm not doing a whole lot of enchanting right now. So what I'm thinking is if I get those berries and move them over, I could have them supplement the mob essence, because you can use a sewer from Minefactory Reloaded to convert it. I also think I want to put a sewer in here and swap that out, because that is collecting experience from breeding, but it's this kind of experience, and we need as much mob essence as possible. So I'm going to get some parts, I'm going to get things built, and I'll be right back with you when we're ready to get some stuff installed. Hold on. Okay, so here I am in the cow farm. The cow farm, minus the cows. What I've done, whoops, fresh and glass of milk, is bottled them up. Changes in Darkcraft. We now have, well, I don't know why that's not stacking. Flasks will now more readily, oh, I bet I know why. Just wait a minute. Basically, force flasks will now more readily stack if you have all of the same kind of creature. Oh, I messed it up again. Here we go. If I can give him just a minute. And then... meh. It's okay. So, these were all the cows in the pen. I have bottled them up so I don't have to worry about escapees. Now, I'm using this thing to breed. I could actually remove this, and I'm thinking about doing just that. Let's see. Get that. Put it there. Which means we just have the chronotyper now. We don't have to worry about the breeder. It was taking power. We've got more power to go around now. What I'm actually going to do is, oh gosh, I actually think this is the center. So what I'm going to do, drat and fiddlesticks, there we go, is put a sewer right there. Now these sewers are actually very cheap. It's basically bucket, some bricks, and you get 4 per recipe. So yeah, we've got spares. Now, all the rest of the work I'm going to have to do... See, I need another piece of glass. This is where my wireless access comes in handy. If I do clear glass... Whoops. 1 piece. Then, get that. Put it back aside. We're going to now have to go down. I left this intentionally open because I come back here quite a bit. Just to check on the operation of things. We check on the little cows. And we are going to have to run. Oh, let me think. Yeah, right there. So, I didn't want to mess with the dirt. Specifically because, whoa. No, see, I need you there. I didn't want to mess with the dirt specifically because I was worried, well, if I don't have the dirt, cows have nothing to eat. I remembered... No, I'm going like that. Thank you. I don't need to worry about the cows eating the grass. So I can always... Actually, you know what? For now... just for now. Where'd it go? There you are. I'm going to do this. I need to make... Oh, really? Everything is going ever so slightly awry. What I'm going to do is I'm going to rush off to my painting machine and retexture these. Yep, still got the grass. Got more stone that I made. 3. But I'm going to retexture these. You can repaint them. That's why I love these facades. I don't mind keeping some around because you can just get one that you don't need anymore from another project or some other part of the base. Just repaint it. Repurpose it for something else. This also means that it's very easy to change the colors of your walls. Ugh. So, let's hop down in here. And now we can keep our animal pen still looking tidy. But we don't have to worry about any weird looking patches in our base. In our cow pen, excuse me. So now what we got to do... Whoopsie. We've got this piping running down the side. We don't need power for that, but we do need... is just to connect this over. Because we already have a pipe coming down here. From this machine right here, the Mob Essence, from when it grinds things. Is that going through? It's going through. There's a piece of glass right here, so if I right click, it's actually going to show up in this square. So I have to be kind of careful. And then actually, you know what? I'm going to have to... Oh, fiddlesticks. Let me see if I can do this. This is one of the reasons why I do like having Yes, connect to that. Oh, you know what? It's good enough. Put that back. Put that back. I honestly need to keep that on slow. Now, in theory, if we catch it at this angle right here. Nope, that's out. That's in. Okay, so now we should be able to put our cows back. Because a working sewer. Okay. Just pop some cows out. There we go, guys. Have fun. We now have one nice, neat stack of force flasks. Those used to be all separate. And in theory, our sewer system... Nope, see, it's doing two different liquids, and I don't know which one that one is. Yeah, I'm going to have to prime this one from Mob Essence or something. Yeah, I'm going to need to get a bucket. Do I have any buckets on me? One of the very cool features that I like about the liquid conduits from Enderio is that you can prime them and set them for specific things. I get a Mob Essence bucket, and I go over here. What I have to do is break that. But we just lock that, double right click to Mob Essence. Now, in theory, I think we will actually have sewage building up. Not much I can do about that, but that's fine. I think I got a duplicate. That's interesting. I'll have to keep an eye on that. Okay. So now, in theory, if we get any Mob Essence from that thing actually, any experience from that thing actually breeding, we will get Mob Essence from it. And the sewage is just going to get... We might have to pipe that off into nowhere. I might actually do that. Let me think. Do we have... Void chest, delete all in. Void jar. Void bottle from Mariculture. I'm going to have to experiment with that, folks. We'll see what we can do. Might have to put our tanks to use again. I'm not sure. But I don't want to just let that back up. Now, in theory, what I want to do is right back here. Let's pop out some of these. I want to get a sewer. What's the closest? Pipes. All the liquid pipes are coming pressurized conduits. Okay, I'm going to switch out what kind of conduit types I've got. I'll be right back. Okay, so here we are underneath the detention block. We're in the basement. This is actually the Mob Essence, right? And I've got some spawners, just ordinary spawners that are up there right now ticking away. Well, I moved my essence berry bushes from the main sphere over to here. Basically what I've got is I've got them down here growing. And I've got a sewer right here. In theory, the sewer catches all of the experience that these things generate. Now, previously, I had this set to first slot only. And I had a stick in that first slot. But that basically what that meant was the stick pulled the berry off the bushes. And the berries could get piped off safely. Because I didn't want the berries to be used. Well, now I actually do. I actually want those berries to get used so that they will get experience orbs generated. And we can turn that into mob essence. Now, here's the thing. This is going to be a very, very slow process natively. So what I'm going to have to do is find a way to speed it up. Now, I know of a couple of ways to speed things up using plants. We could put a sprinkler down here. And that still might be something that I end up doing. But the other option is using a sigil of growth. Now, I'm thinking about relocating the one over from the tree area because I'm going to have to redo that with MFR anyway because magic brooms are broken. They keep dying and disappearing on me. So, what I'm going to do is just jaunt over here real quick. By the way, you'll notice now a developing trend. Windmill, wind turbine, wind turbine. There's two of them over there, and there's one of them over here. These things are great independent power sources, specifically because at our altitude, they're putting out 640 RF per tick. That's default settings, folks. That's just the benefit of being way, way up in the air. That's it. See? The broom is gone. Saw him a minute ago. And he has buggered off. So what we're going to have to do, temporarily, put that stuff in there. Let's put that back for now. And what I'm going to do, whoopsie. That is going to be a hazard, but that's okay. Oh, now see, I have to go down for it now. Falling leaf. Single falling leaf. I've gotten some questions recently, by the way, on what mod I use to make the leaves drip from the trees, so to speak. And basically, that is better leaves and grass. That's what makes the bushes kind of look weird and fluffy and everything. That's what does that. So yeah. Get that. Put it there. Whoops. Not there, but there. Carefully remove all of these. And what we're going to do is put them to use over here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and reuse Nature's Bounty. Basically, what that sigil does. See, here's something weird I've discovered about this flooring. These greatwood planks, I can't put anything on them. They won't take railroad tracks. They won't take iron inlay. So we're actually going to have to get ourselves different kind of wood. Nope. Let's go here. Let's just get some stone for now. We can put that away. Pull this out. Difference now. This is how you choose your focuses. But it's a little buggy. Okay. Let's get that down. Nope. Thank you. That's the wonders of my defective mouse. We're just gonna do this. So we can... Man, we are getting a crowded inventory. Make use of the iron inlay. The iron inlay is going to magnify the area of effect. So I don't have to have it right up against the actual build. Now here's the thing. Nature's bounty is a sigil that magnifies the growth rate of plants. This one, felled oak, actually only works on chopping down trees. I need to make another one of these, another stand. I can put them next to the MFR farm when I rebuild it. But for now, we're going to repurpose it here. So, the only problem is, I would stand here and get it kickstarted with the, see? You see that? I'd stand here and get it kickstarted with the actual watering can. But even if I turn off my magnet, just being this close, I think I affect it and I draw those things near. So, we're seeing ticks of 100 every time a monster is killed upstairs in the actual detention cell itself. I'm not actually seeing any. By the way, in case you've ever wondered, you'll see I've got these pipes that have this colored outline. Now, the only reason I know the colored outline is green is because I know what fluid they're locked to. But what you can do is get a bucket. Get an empty bucket, and you can open them up. And if you right-click with a bucket full of whatever liquid, you'll see the text that says fluid type unlocked. Right-click, fluid type locked to mob essence only. So the whole system has been locked to mob essence. I left it unlocked, and what I discovered was, because of that nasty sewage that was coming in from the sewer on the other end, before I locked the piping, it had backed up into this whole system and had all the pipes full. So I had to empty it out and then lock it to mob essence. So, that is a solvable problem, though. We're going to have to see and check. What I think I'm going to do is come upstairs real quick. Just going to pull out my handy dandy. Okay, I've got both spawners. Now, why am I disabling my spawners? Specifically because I have no way of knowing if these things are working. The build downstairs is working unless I disable them. So I'm going to pull these, put them back down here. We're just going to have to see and keep an eye to see if we actually get any kickstart from this build. So I'm going to work on this. I'm going to watch it. I'll be right back with you. So it looks like this may not be working. It's hard to tell. I see the berries pop and then get consumed, quote unquote, by the autonomous activator. Problem is, whoopsie. Sane mode, please. Thank you. I'll turn that off so I can get a little bit closer. We've got no fluid buildup, and from what I can tell, oh no, this has gone up a little bit. It has. You know what? I'll be a monkey's uncle. It might be working. Gonna be slow, but it's something to supplement. So the next thing we need to think about is getting something else we can put down here that'll make that go even faster. I'm not above putting a sprinkler right next to it to see if that'll do it, because sprinklers actually do accelerate plant growth. That's about the only thing I can think of that has an area effect. Of course, there's just one cheaty little option we could do to really see if this is going to have any effect. Hyper, please. Stand back here. Now, here's the real key. See, I'm not seeing anything come up here. I don't see what's happening. I'm going to mess with this. If you guys know the trick to make this work, please let me know in the comments. I really would love to get this up and going because I see it as a viable option, but nothing's happening. I must be missing some part of the loop. I'll keep working on it. Until next time, this is Vaygrim signing off. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching and spending your time with my videos. I appreciate it. Bye-bye. Okay, so just a quick follow-up. Everybody has told me in the past that MFR sewers suck up experience balls. From what I can tell, that is... I'm actually just gonna cheat. Put that there. From what I can tell, that's not true. I have a sewer that I can place right there. And of course, I'm not going to leave the time torch there because I value my game world and those things can kill stuff. But if I sit here and watch that thing, you'll see the MFR, the autonomous activators from Thermal Expansion use the berries. But I'm getting the experience all the way over here. Even if I back up as far as I can. Let's see if I can see it from over here. You see that orb right there, just to the right of the MFR sewer. And there's another one to the left. You see? I pick up those orbs if I'm within 30 blocks, 20 or 30 blocks easily. So that's going to be one hard thing. If I'm going to make this setup, I'm going to have to place it somewhere where I won't walk past it. And that's complicated enough. To add insult to injury, those orbs just sit there. The MFR sewer is not sucking them up. Everybody says the MFR sewer draws them in. You just put a sewer in front of this and it works. It does not work. So I'm going to have to come up with a better solution. This build's going to get torn down for now. You can go away. Yeah, I don't know what to do with this. Okay, guys, I was going to add a quick addendum to the end of the video. If you've got any better ideas on how I can convert this stuff, but as of right now, I see no way to actually convert this to mob essence. Maybe run it through the MFR unifier, but I don't even know if that's a thing. So, I don't know if that would actually take liquids, much less actually convert this stuff to that stuff. So, it was a fun idea based upon suggestions, but it's not working. We'll have to circle back around to it later. Bye-bye.